The great Indian rock python, scientific name python modulus. They can eat a 100 kg animal very easily. They are lazy hunters. किसका बचा? किसका बचा?
जब Xiaomi बेस्ट स्पेक्स, हाईएस्ट क्वालिटी और ऑनेस्ट प्राइसिंग देगा तो यही होगा इंडियाज नंबर 1 स्मार्टफोन ब्रांड Xiaomi।
Xiaomi. This is the Mi LED TV 4X Pro 55, the big screen you've been waiting for. With its metallic grey finish and thin bezels, the 4X55 is the perfect upgrade to your lifestyle. With its 4K resolution, HDR, and 10-bit panel, every frame comes alive with more vivid colors and extraordinary clarity. The powerful 20-watt speakers come with DTS HD, immersing you in an
Requesting everyone to please settle down. We are starting in the next 2 minutes. Please put your phones on silent as well.
Delivers the seamless TV experience you've always wanted. Patchwall, based on Android TV, brings with it a fluid and smooth interface with great content, including Google Play Store, built-in Chromecast, and even the universal voice search right from your remote control, which itself has a sleek, minimal 12-button design that you will not be able to keep your hands off. So bring home the bigger picture with the Mi LED TV 4X Pro 55 and the Mi LED TV 4A Pro 43. Xiaomi.
This is the new Mi Pay app, a one-stop solution to all your payment needs. Whether it's splitting last night's dinner bill, paying rent, or simply sending money back home, Mi Pay does it seamlessly. Mi Pay is deeply integrated in Mi UI, allowing access through SMS, contacts, and even scanner. So now you can easily make money transfers to your friends' bank accounts. The Mi Pay app also offers easy bill payments. Electricity, internet, phone bills, and more can be paid directly through the home screen. That too through multiple options: UPI, credit cards, debit cards, and net banking. In fact, Mi Pay also sends smart reminders for bill payments. Your security is important to us, and that's why all the Mi Pay data is stored only in India in highly secure systems. So whether it's grocery shopping at the supermarket, transferring money to a friend, online shopping, or even timely bill payments, Mi Pay does it all. Mi Pay, the easy way to pay.
Xiaomi.
Hi guys, good afternoon. A big warm welcome to everybody. We have Mi fans here. Mi fans, make some sound. We have all our media colleagues. We have a lot of partners. We have distribution partners, and we also have with us 130 platinum preferred partners. Welcome to all of you guys. So my name is Manu. I lead Xiaomi's business in India. And I want to start with the most basic thing that we always talk about, which is our philosophy of innovation for everyone. Which means that we want to launch really great quality products, very innovative products with highest possible specs, and we want to launch them at honest price. And the reason why we keep repeating this is because this is truly core to who we are. This is what defines what Xiaomi is all about. And this has worked really well for us. If you look at last 6 quarters, we have been the #1 brand in India, and I really hope the 7th quarter is coming very soon, the result for 7th quarter, that we'll continue to extend this. Now, one thing which has helped us a lot over the last few quarters to increase the gap between us and the second largest brand in the country has been our exponential offline growth. You know, we started our India business about 4 or 5 years ago, and for the first 3 years, we were mainly focused on online. And we reached a 50% market share. And we used to think, how come we have 50% market share in online, but almost zero in offline? So we started building our offline journey just about 2 years ago. At that point of time, our market share in offline was less than 1%. And in a short period of just 1.5 to 2 years, it grew from less than 1% to more than 20%. If you look at the number of stores that we have today, we have 3 different kinds of stores. The large Mi Home stores, which are company operated. These are larger format ones, about 1,000, 1,500 square feet, and are mainly present in metro and large cities. And then we have Mi stores, which are mainly meant for rural, which are exclusive stores, few hundred, few thousand of them across different villages, towns, and they try to bring the same Mi Home experience in small villages. And then we have Mi Preferred Partners. And thanks to all these 3 kind of stores, we have reached a 200, even at this scale, we are growing almost like 200%, 2x quarter on quarter. So if you compare it in last 3 months from December 2018 till March 2019, just our offline business grew almost 2x. Now, when we launched Mi stores few months ago, we said we will launch 5,000 Mi stores this year in 2019. And happy to share that we're on track. So yesterday we inaugurated a 1,000 Mi store in India. Thank you. This was in the town of Rewari, very close to Delhi. And these are some of the pictures from this particular launch, a 1,000 Mi store in India. Again, an exclusive store, a mini Mi Home kind of format for rural areas. So across these 1,000 Mi stores, they are present in 19 states in India. They're present across 300 cities or districts, and they've been able to generate 2,000 employment in India. Now, this is really important and really incredible that many of these stores or the store owners were not doing any kind of retail. Leave aside mobile retail, they were not doing any retail, including grocery or kirana or anything else. These are people who were young, passionate, they really loved Xiaomi as a brand, and we gave them an opportunity to open a Mi store in their respective town and village. Now, we've got great feedback on Mi Homes and incredible feedback on Mi stores, and we really want to extend a Mi Home kind of an experience even in bigger cities, but a smaller format. So we're launching a new format called as Mi Studio, which is like a mini Mi Home in bigger cities, cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Lucknow, Kanpur, Jaipur, these kind of cities. This is nothing but a small Mi Home concept. While Mi Home is 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 square feet, this is typically a 600, 800 square feet kind of a format, and this is how it looks like. This is the same premium look and feel as a Mi Home, but much smaller in size. And these will be run by our partners, not by company, unlike Mi Home, right? So we just inaugurated our first Mi Studio in Bangalore last week, and the second one in Bombay. So 2 Mi Studios are running as a pilot right now. When we launched the first one, a lot of customers just walked in, and surprisingly, all of them wanted to buy Redmi Note 7 Pro. So I did a hand delivery to all these customers at the time of launch. So with this Mi Home, Mi Studio, Mi Stores, and Mi Preferred Partners, we hope that we can have 10,000 retail shops by the end of this year, 10,000. And thank you. We believe 10,000 is a pretty big number, and with having 10,000 shops, either exclusively for Xiaomi or focused on Xiaomi, all our Mi fans, I know many of you guys have had complaints that you cannot buy products and it is still in short supply. But you should be able to buy products at ease across all these 10,000 shops across the country. And we hope 50% of our business this year can come from offline, right? Thank you. Now, while we're focusing on offline, this does not mean that we are letting go of our focus on online. Of course, we are an internet company. We are an e-commerce company. We have our own e-commerce platform, me.com. And we want to ensure that we continue to serve our customers, our Me fans, in the online segment. So online is where we have been a dominating brand. We've had a 50% market share for approximately last 2-3 years. Every single quarter, we have a 50% market share. And we're almost like 6-7 times bigger than the number 2, number 3, number 4 brands in the country. And if you look at just the online segment, the top 5 selling phones in online last year, all of them, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, all of them were Xiaomi phones. Now, if you look at the number 4th one, which is the Redmi Y series, this is a new series that we launched 2 years ago with Redmi Y1. And that was a selfie-focused phone. Now, this was a phone through which we were trying to target the new generation, Generation Y. When we look at the entire smartphone market, approximately 40% of the devices are bought by young people, people who are under the age of 24. And for Redmi Y series, we see this number to be significantly higher, more than 50%, which means a lot of people who are sitting here, people who are college students, first-time jobbers, they are the ones who are buying Redmi Y series phones. And they're using to take selfies and uploading it on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and many more platforms. So today, I'm happy to share that we have shipped more than 7 million phones of Redmi Y series in India, which is Redmi Y1 and Y2. Thank you. In fact, we have received great feedback for both these devices. For Redmi Y2, a lot of people said great things. For example, PC Mag said it has a killer selfie. India Today said that no other phone at its price point can give you better selfies, period. And Business Line said that Redmi Y2 takes selfies that are ready to be shared on social media without any editing or without any filter. So happy to share that we are going to upgrade Redmi Y2 to Redmi Y3. And to talk about this, I'll call on stage somebody who is more handsome, more knowledgeable than me, Sir Anuj Sharma.
Thank you, Manu. A very warm welcome to all our media colleagues, our strategic partners, a lot of you who've joined us today, thousands of you watching us live across different platforms, and of course, our Me fans. Thank you for being here. We are talking about the Redmi Y3. Now, Y3, or the Y series, as Manu mentioned, has been a little more on the younger side. Now, what we've realized is, for that group, why was the Y series so successful? Because they were creating more, they were sharing more, they were consuming a lot more than their peers. And this is something that really worked for the Y1, Y2. And we did a lot of focus on, of course, the front camera and the selfie, because it was their own creativity that was shining through in these products. And we've taken all those learnings, and we've taken it to the Y3 with a 32-megapixel super selfie camera. What we've realized is the camera has become the ultimate tool for self-expression, and that's why we had to step it to the next level. In fact, we had an internal joke going where our front camera on the Y3 is much better than the primary camera on most of the phones in the industry. It's incredible here. But let's talk about this tool. Let's talk about this key tool for self-expression, and we'll dive straight into the camera. And talking about the camera, of course, you saw some great reviews that we got on the Y2. With the Y2, we had a 16-megapixel AI selfie camera. And of course, it was time and again called out as the best in its price class. The best selfie camera that you could buy. Sometimes you didn't need to edit, no filters, you could put it up. And of course, people were loving that selfie, and hence we've sold more than 7 million of this series in about 18 months. With Y3, we still wanted to be the best selfie camera, but not at this price. We want it to be the best selfie camera in any smartphone in the world. And for that, we've got the 32-megapixel all-new sensor that's coming in. I will talk about the sensor. This sensor alone is almost 22.5% larger than the amazing camera that you had on the Y2. So you can kind of start imagining what you will see as the result of this. You've got more pixels coming in, and of course, a higher resolution. This is the highest resolution sensor in the industry available today on the front side. But you've also got more light coming in because the sensor size is bigger, and hence more details as well. All of this combines to give you incredible selfies, selfies like this one. Now, this has been shot on the Y3. And of course, you can see the detailing that comes in. It is unseen. Nobody else has details like this. If you look at the facial detailing, it is tremendous. Of course, not just that, but the overall color reproduction, the skin is natural. And if you go beyond the subject and look at the background, the colors, the dynamic range that's coming in because of this all-new sensor is absolutely incredible. Right? That's one example. Let's take a look at another selfie. And talking about dynamic range, let's kind of dial it up a little bit. Now, this one is incredibly hard to get. For most cameras, they struggle with a selfie like this. What you have is the subject is in some kind of a shade, but you've got harsh lighting on either side. It's able to capture the details, the facial details, almost in the entire details coming in perfectly while retaining the background. It's not lost any of that. Of course, what you can see is the colors, and this is where the wider dynamic range of this all-new front camera really starts shining. And not to forget, of course, it is a bigger sensor. It can take in a lot more detail. In fact, when I compare to the Y2, you can even print much larger pictures, almost 6 feet by 8 feet size. Imagine printing your selfie at that size. So selfies that you take on the Y3 are good enough to print, so we just decided to make a mock print out of it. Of course, you get incredible selfies that you've seen. But don't take our word for it. What we did was we went one step further and actually printed this. Can we show this, Sumit and Gautam? So this is a photograph clicked on the Y3. It's a selfie that has been printed. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. So that's what the 32-megapixel camera can do on this. But let's look at, how do we kind of compare this? Where does it stand versus other smartphones? So we compared it with a device, a Samsung A50, and the Vivo V15 Pro. Now, these are at about 20 and 30,000 each. What you can clearly see is the overall detailing is far superior on the Y3. The facial detailing, as well as the hair color, and the highlights that show up in the hair color with the Y3. So you see this tinge of burgundy that comes in, which completely gets missed out in the other two. So not just from the detailing part of it, the color reproduction, but while the subject is completely in focus and you're getting all the detail, if you take a look at the background, and we chose this background for a reason, because this was a little hard to get. It also shows you the capabilities of the camera, where it's able to capture the entire grille at the back. And again, the Y3 outshines these two phones quite significantly. Taking a step down to other mid-range devices, there the gap obviously goes up quite a bit. So with the Y3, as you can see here, the colors, not just on the jacket, but her facial colors are more natural. It's a lot more vibrant as a selfie, but even the background that you see is a lot more visible on the Y3 compared to the U1 as well as the Samsung M30. In fact, let me go a little closer, because this is a part that you would have missed out. If you take a look at her hair, now again, the color tinge that's coming out in the hair is a lot more apparent on the Y3 than the others. Now, this is not just the fact that it's got a better selfie camera and better hardware, but of course, the Xiaomi's own AI algorithm coming in. And let's talk about that a bit more. So we've got AI Beautify 4.0 combined with the 32-megapixel camera for incredible results. Now, with AI Beautify, it does not do too much. It looks at your skin tone, fixes that. Sometimes, for example, in the summer heat, you've got that shine coming in, so it'll dampen that part out. Of course, it is focused on the subject and not at the background, and you will see those examples. So as one example, and this obviously was taken in our office, so you've got Manu and you've got Swaroop, and we took this selfie with the Y3, and this is without Beautify off. And of course, what you need to do is take a look at some of the elements. So look at the light shining on the skin, okay? Look at all the blemishes. Now, this is with AI Beautify off. When we change to AI Beautify on, you'll see very subtle changes, so you have to look very, very closely at this. Okay, so AI Beautify off, Beautify on. Okay, this one is not shot on the Y3. So jokes aside, of course, what you do see is the same subtle changes that I was talking about. Where this one is an incredible selfie picture on its own. But if you look at the small blemishes, small marks that you see on a face, that is getting fixed automatically by the AI when you turn on Beautify. So there's subtle changes. It does not do a drastic change, but just fixes the small elements that need to be fixed. What's also very interesting is it's only fixed her face part of it, but left the hair untouched, because that does not need AI Beautify coming in. And it's also intelligently detected that what's the background like, and the background is untouched again. So the Beautify part only comes in for the parts that need that fixing. It's not overpowering, and of course, for those people who are naturally good looking, a lot of you guys here, you can turn it off completely. So you've got 32 megapixel with AI Beautify. You've seen those results. We've gone one step further. You've got auto HDR in the front. Now, why is auto HDR important? Because sometimes you can't control the light source. And an example like this, where you've got all the